Hi, everybody. I'm Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is your first time joining me on YouTube, make sure that you do subscribe, hit that bell, and you'll get notified immediately. And if you are on my Facebook group, when you do sign in, StreamYard will ask for permission to that you give them permission. If you don't give them permission, that's fine, but I just don't know who I'm talking to or who is online at the time that I'm going live. So welcome. Normally I would have done my card sketch on Saturday, but I'm starting to say it's a card sketch weekend, just for the fact that I want to make sure that I do a card sketch each and every week so that we can continue on. So thank you. But in any event, card sketch number 109. Now this card sketch, I'm actually going to show you how it can be done into a fancy fold. Sometimes it's kind of fun to see that a card sketch can be extended past a flat card. When I say a flat card, you know, nothing with dimensions or anything like that. So let's actually get started, right? So let's just move this down here. So here's the card sketch. So it has a few different elements on it. It has it's a regular card base, and then it's got this piece of designer series paper. And this is how I'm going to show you how to cut this designer series paper so that it works really well for you. And then, like I say, we're going to turn this into a fancy fold card, which makes it quite easy. So it's regular card base. This diagonal piece is half of a 4 by 5¼ inch piece. So I'm going to actually show you how all of that works. So I'm going to use the Abigail rose. It's such a beautiful suite that it's so nice to be able to show different things that you can do with this suite. So what I have is I actually went, and this works much better if you go and you cut this 4¼ by 11 inches, and then go ahead, score it at the 5½ inch mark. And then what we're going to do, and I'll just put these pieces off to the side here, is I am going to come in with my trimmer. And this is, I'm going to show you how to do this particular thing that's going to show as a, this fancy fold. So this is where it's scored. So I'm just going to go in there, and I'm going to line up the groove right in here and right up at the top there. Awesome. Good morning. Okay, so let's just go ahead, cut that straight down like that. And like I say, now this is starting to be the makings of a fancy fold card. Now, we can use this for other different things. If we wanted to, we could layer this onto another card to give this look. But then what I decided to do was I have this cardstock. And this is from the Abigail rose, and I am going to cut. I want to make sure that I'm going to cut from there to there. And that's what this, on this sketch, that's what it means by going with half a piece of it. So I want to make sure it's the same angle going down here. So we're just going corner to corner. I'm putting that point right in the cutting groove there and the point right there. Just hold it securely. And then now, this piece here can now be used on this side, and then we could do a card the opposite way here. All right. So I'm just showing you that there are options with the leftovers that are there. I love this designer series paper. This one's so pretty. So like I say, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to layer this onto here, and that's going to give us this particular look. So you can see behind here, this is what it looks like with this diagonal fold there. So let's go ahead and put this on. Whoops, I put my glue upright, so I'm hoping it's going to work for me. If not, we'll have to prime it. This is on the back side of this beautiful designer series paper, is this really nice petal pink striped. Now this is petal pink. I don't know if I told you that or not. Right, so now what we're going to do is let's just put this on here. Like I say, this gives you a tiny bit of a different kind of look, what you can do to get from the card sketch. Like I was also saying, is there's lots of times that what you can do is you can turn around and you can get with almost every sketch that you get, you can also do a fancy fold. Now I have this piece. This is 3 inches by 8 inches. I've scored it at 4 inches. And this piece here, check this out. This is what's going to give that look. So now what's going to happen is that this is going to open up like this. But this is kind of plain on the inside. So what I want to do is I'm going to come in with, I could do this either with Versamark, or I'm going to come in actually with the Petal Pink ink. And I'm just going to actually get it so that I've got a bit of a border around this. Now, I should have, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a piece of scrap paper, and all I can do, I can just use this part here. So let's just bring that in there. And we're just going to stamp this. And all I'm wanting that to do is to just get a tiny bit of a border around there. Now, when you're doing something like this, you want to stamp a little bit on, a little bit off, but you also want to turn your stamp around. And then we'll just do it this way. And you know what? We should have a little tiny bit in that corner there. So that's just going to give a bit of a border for this part here when it goes on. And it's pretty hard to see that. So let me just bring that up to the camera and see where we've got some stamping around there. All right. I've got that part done for now. Let's go ahead and finish this part off. So I've got a couple pieces here. Now, what I've done is on the front of this particular piece here, I have, this is 3 inches by 4 inches. So this is 2 7/8 inches by 3 7/8 inches. And that is showing right on here as the third layer. And I'm just going to put that, I just wanted a thin layer is all I wanted. All right. And now make sure that when you do this, that it's on this side. I know this looks strange to have it opening this particular way. Just want to get that straight. It gives me a bit of wiggle room. So I sometimes have issues with that 1/8 of an inch difference. There we go. And then the piece that's going to go on here is 2 3/4 by 4 inches, but we want to stamp on that first. And then this piece is going to go on the inside with some other stamping in the sentiment. So see, it's going to go like this, like this. All right, so let's go ahead and start stamping this. So I've got the big Abigail rose, and I'm going to come in with Memento because I think we're going to use our blends on here. Kind of want it to kind of go along with what's going on in here, but I want to use the Petal Pink itself. So let's just put, see, you know what? I should put the words on here first. So I'm just going to put this down here. Sentiment down in the corner. And I did that with Memento. And like I say, I'm going to come back in and just do this cottage rose. And it's going to be a bit off the paper, but that's okay too. All right. There we go. And let's just leave that for now. And let's get the inside of the card done. I don't know if there's any other sentiments there. You know what? I'll just put actually one of those other flowers down in the corner there. And just put it down on this side. There we go. So I'm just banging around here. Now, if I wanted to, I could also come in and do a bit of sponging on there. And you know what? I just might do that. So we're not going to take too much time doing the coloring. So I'm going to take my light and dark Petal Pink. And it looks like I've got 2 dark petal pinks. And hopefully that's dry enough. Yeah, that'll be fine. So I'm just going to come in and lay the color down. Just doing it in circles. Who likes coloring? Coloring is so therapeutic. It really is. Now, a lot of people say don't do too much at once when you're doing this. I am just doing a very faint. I'm not going to be doing a lot of detail with this. But what I'm doing is I'm saturating the paper with the light petal pink. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to... Stampin' Up has done such great coloring on here that I'm going to go and I'm just going to use their lines to do my shading. It's when it's the more solid ones that you have to pay a little bit more attention. Now, I tend to like, sometimes if I'm doing a darker color, I like using the bullet end. But I'm thinking that this petal pink is going... It's been around for a while. You can always tell when your petal pink is starting, or any of your blends are starting to dry up, or they've been used, is when the tip of the brush end starts going white and it starts to fray a bit. And that just means that you've used it. It's okay. So then I'm just going to come back in with my light petal pink, and I'm just going to blend that in all together because I don't want any lines, but I'm also going to leave some white spaces in there as well, and that's going to give me 3 different colors. All right, and then I was thinking that maybe the soft seafoam might be a good green for this, so let's see if that's going to work. Like, is that going to look okay with our... Yep. So I'm just coming in with the light soft seafoam first, laying that color, getting that saturation out. Just going to come in, and I'm going to use the bullet side for this. I know I haven't used these that much, but I'm just wanting to get some of that dark in the veins, get that coloring. And then I'm just going to come back in and just go with circles just to get rid of those lines. I know you can't see it too much on here, but there's just, like I say, just taking some of those lines off. Now, what I want to do too is I want to come in with my crumb cake, my light crumb cake, and I'm just actually going to get some of these stems in here. And I know this is going to seem strange, but I'm going to use the crumb cake on these ones here. Crumb cake looks so good with this petal pink as well. Another thing that you can do is you can come in and you can use crumb cake on the inside there. Now, like I say, that's pretty stark. What is this? The dark. Let's go in and just do the light. I think I've mixed up my caps. Now, another way that you can quickly color these cottage roses is that you could have gone in, used a colored ink, and then turned around and just blended it with a blender pen, and you could have brought it out. But like I say, I'm not taking too much with this. We'll just go in with the light again. Right. So now I want to come in with my blending brushes and my petal pink, starting off the paper, And I just want to take that stark whiteness off. Sometimes white's beautiful, but this one didn't call for like a very vanilla, but it didn't call, it's too white also as well. That's just giving us just a tiny bit of color on there, just to take the stark whiteness off. There we go. I think we'll just go in here and just put, whoops, that's the dark. All right. That looks like we've got that colored okay. Now let's go ahead and start putting this card together so that then at that point, you're going to see how this sketch is going to work as a fancy fold. So I'm going to layer this onto there, but, oh shoot, no, that's okay. I'll do it this way. I'm just going to layer this on. Now you've noticed also on this card sketch, hey, how big was this side in here? This part in here, Norma, was, this is 3 by 4. So this would be 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 inches. Exactly like 1/4 of an inch. So let's go ahead and put that piece in the inside. And this gives you room to write on your card. Having issues today getting things straight. Okay, and then this is the same size, 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Whoops. Let's go ahead and put this on here. Now you notice I've got a strip down here. What I was going to do was I'm going to come in with some, this is petal pink ribbon. So let's see how this is going to look on there. It's really, really kind of pink-y. So I think what I can do is I can come in with my, there we go. I'm going to come in with some pale papaya, and this pale papaya will work okay with this. If you have issues getting your ribbon off, I just sort of squeeze it up and just use my take your pick tool just to break that ribbon off. But I'm thinking that this pale papaya is going to look better. It is. But let's do some doctoring up of that pale papaya. So I'm going to take my dark petal pink, and I'm actually going to color this. And it's just going to change that color enough that it's going to go with the petal pink that are in the blends. I'm going to need, I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, so I'm just going to go color a bunch of this. This open weave ribbon is amazing ribbon. Like you can get so many different colors. I could use Coastal Cabana, Calypso Coral on this, and it would change the ribbon up a little bit. I really like the soft succulent that I can turn around, and I can put Bermuda Bay on there as well, and it really changes it up. All right, so I just want to put this like this, bring this around. We were showing a really neat trick yesterday on a Stampin' Up event, and I should see if I can do that trick for you. Untying ribbon. That's not long enough, so. And let me show it to you. These are tweezers from the new embossing kit. Have you seen that kit? Oh my goodness, if you love embossing, you'll love that kit. The outside of the piece you are making on right now. This piece, I said at the beginning, was 3 inches by 8 inches, scored at 4 inches. And then I went 1/8 of an inch and then 1/8 of an inch. I hope that helps. Norma, if you can let me know. All right, so when you're going ahead and doing this, this is what they say to do, is just come in here with this tool. And I think I'm going to have to practice this more. But you get this so that you can just use that as a third finger. There we go. All right. There we go. Pretty cool trick, actually. And I'm just going to move this up. Now, always when I tie a bow, I try to tie it upside down. Let's just see how this is going to look. This one doesn't really matter because it's going along the side of here. We could do a faux bow along here as well. But I wanted a bow on my card. So you definitely want to tie it really tight is the key. Now that could have gone, anyways, we're going to leave it like that. Yes, okay, good. All right, so now this is where this piece comes in here like so, and that's, we're going to put that on there. So now what I'm going to do is put some glue on here. You could use seal. You'd be best with the Seal Plus, I would say. With this, you could use tear and tape if you wanted as well. I just like this because I have a chance to move it around. So all I'm doing is I'm just taking that part off there, closing this on itself, and then that's how I'm going to actually get it in so that I got it in the middle. And how I'm lining this up is this corner here is lining up with this corner down here. There we go. And of course, we have to embellish this. For sure, we have to embellish this. And I knew which ones I wanted to use, and now I can't find them. Yeah, here they are. So I thought these would be the best. These are the in color opal rounds, and I'm going to use the pale papaya ones because I think they'll work. Let's just give that a chance. Oh, good. Petal pink is one of my favorite pinks. Well, personally, I would like to see a really nice, vibrant pink. You know what? Is that going to be too off of there? No, it'll work. So we'll put one there. One there, and we'll use another big one here. These are so pretty, and these are the in colors for last year, but you know what? You don't even really, let's see. I'm going to put it down there. So we used our cottage rose. I didn't use any of the dies on this particular card. I could have, I guess. We could have taken that and used the dies. We used the Abigail Rose Designer Series paper, and just went and did the stamp around there. And then we used the pale papaya ribbon, colored it with our Stampin' Blends. And like I say, there's our sketch. This is card sketch number 8. Remember to go and put your card, like do a card. You don't have to do it with this fancy fold. You just want to have that layout there and put it in on my group. If you do live in Canada, basically what I can do is I can, if you do enter and your name gets drawn, I will send you a stamp set. I send one a month. And if you live outside of Canada, I can send a tutorial. I have a couple of tutorials that are available with over 30 beautiful card samples in there as well. So there's card sketch number 109. What's happening next? Tomorrow, Monday, being Monday, oh my goodness, it's already that fast. I'll be going live at 11 o'clock. I'll be doing something from, I think it's still going to be from the annual catalog. I would love to show you some sneak peeks. And honestly, I might show you a sneak peek tomorrow. I'm not sure. It's just that it's, to me, it's too soon. We've got so much to show you from the annual catalog that, you know, it's tough to go on to the new catalog because we've only had this one since the beginning of May. So on Monday, and then again on Tuesday, it'll be Technique Tuesday. So I hope that you'll join me there. Make sure that you do subscribe to my YouTube channel, or make sure that you're a part of my Facebook group. The links are below where you can enter, where you can get in on that group. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Where do you find that this card sketch? This card sketch will actually be posted on my Facebook group. I actually posted also on my page. And if you have any troubles finding it, just go to the media section and go under photos, and you'll find all my card sketches under there, under the photos. They're not under a certain category. They're just basically, I put them on and they go under the album, just under a media album. I know I should do something to get all my sketches so that they're all together. I am changing my blog around, and I'm changing with another server. So I'm leaving an awful lot of that stuff up in the air until I get that part done. So in any event, but if you have any problems, Judy, just reach out to me, message me, and I can send you the link where you can find all that information. So thanks so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you watching my videos. I appreciate you coming on to Facebook. That's really important. I almost forgot. Big news. Free shipping as of on June the 1st, June the 21st, all day, but it starts at 11 o'clock Mountain Time. So in Pacific, that would be midnight on the 21st, and then it stops at 11 o'clock the next night. Free shipping on all orders over $100 here in Canada. Make sure you use the host code because I do have the tutorials that I do give away as well. And also, yeah, and if you live outside of Canada, make sure you go to your demonstrator, find out what she's doing, she or he is doing, and then they probably have host code as well. And I think in the US, it's shipping on orders over 75. Here in Canada, it's orders over 100. But that's 11%. And that's 11% before the taxes go on. So that's a really big savings. So anyways, we will see you tomorrow. Take care and remember to create because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.